can't stop, y'all. So it started with making all this health food stuff. Then I started raising chickens to get organic eggs. And now, I'm making a keyhole garden. It's called the keyhole garden is because of its shape. So if you were to look at it from the top, it looks like, lock, keyhole. So, stay tuned. So keyhole garden essentially is the cylinder in the middle of your garden itself. It's like a compost and water feeder. So it goes down the center of this, your garden goes out around it. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this wire, see if we can get this all zip tied up, and this is gonna be our cylinder in the center of it. So the idea behind this is that it's supposed to work out really well in arid conditions. Anything where it's just hot all year round. For areas that don't have a ton of water, anything that's really arid, dried out. Like Texas, where we've had our triple-digit heat, and it's September, and it's still hot. Essentially, all your water is going to go right here in this little central tube, and that's going to cause all the plants and everything to kind of grow their roots towards the center of it. Keyhole gardens are supposed to be pretty low maintenance, which, considering I've never actually had a garden before, I think this might be a good entry point. So what you're looking at with this, and the sizing on this, is roughly 6 feet in diameter with 1 foot column in the middle here. I don't know if height necessarily makes a difference. A lot of them, the benefits of these are that you don't have to bend down to do any gardening. So if you're in this area, you're probably good. This is, I think, probably 32, 36 inches. All right, so I'm gonna throw a couple more zip ties on this just to keep it all together, give it a nice formation, and then I'll get a bunch of these boxes. We're gonna soak them down, and we're gonna line the inside of this. The idea is we're gonna make a wall of cardboard, a little bit of a floor of cardboard of it as well, and then we're gonna start putting in layers of our compost, grass clippings, leaves, all that sort of thing. So, stay tuned. The cardboard is, honestly, pretty flimsy. So what we're gonna try to do now, push everything back, at least get a first layer in of leaves. There we go, first layer. This pile of leaves and mulch and just all this in the backyard area that we're just gonna go ahead, scoop up, throw in there some of our layers. Joke does not want to come up. One of our subscribers once asked, why are you out here doing all this yard work in such fancy clothes? And I think, I see the Amish out there, they're working in their slacks and their vests. They're onto something, they got some style. Don't be mad at it. So we got to up the ante on this a little bit because these roots, I don't know what's growing in here, but it's super thick and the shovel's just not cutting it. So it's pickaxe time. So I'm gonna go ahead and soak it all down a little bit. That cardboard nice and pliable. We're gonna go ahead, everything's like soaked down, and now the cardboard becomes more malleable. We can kind of form it and make the walls out of it. Gonna do another layer, and yeah, there we go. So what we're doing with this is we're deep soaking all of the cardboard that's making the layer, the in-between layers, everything that goes between the compost and the mulch and things like that. Deep soaking them is good for two reasons. One, for composting itself, it starts to kind of get the process going, and two, it makes it easy to layer in. So these are just Amazon boxes that we got, and soaking them up and then putting them in. And it's going to make our base as we work our way up in our layers. I want to try to put a net over the top of it. Supposedly these things are supposed to keep out bugs, supposed to keep out just rodents and things getting into it, rabbits, moles, all this stuff. I'm not sure if I buy that exactly. So we're going to make a little net that goes over the top of the garden itself to hopefully keep a few more things out, because I definitely don't want to use insecticide if I can help it. So we're going to try to make this as organic and as chemical free as possible. Keep the birds out too. The chickens especially. Banana peels, we got celery, we've got this kind of like coffee funk grind thing here. There's a little funny looking orange in the back there. Would you eat it? Maybe, I don't know. Eggshells? Yeah. Alright, so day one is complete. Gotta let that sit for a little bit, and then we're just gonna build up more mulch, get more cardboard, and go from there.
What you got?
We got all kinds of things today. We got some asparagus, we got broccoli, then we got kale even. We got rosemary. Alright, so here's our haul for the day. We got some rosemary we're gonna try out. We've got tangled up asparagus. Gonna give that one a shot. This one is broccoli. So we got actually a couple of broccoli. And we have a cauliflower that we're gonna try out. Got a couple of those as well. So we got one artichoke plant we're gonna try out as well. And then, last but not least, some good old kale. And we'll see what we got. That's the fall garden. So everything's starting to look pretty good. We're actually getting it filled up now. Got enough leaves and grass and dirt and everything else mixed in. Got our center column here for compost and water, and that's already starting to fill up. We've just been putting table scraps in there. Lastly, I'm just gonna go ahead and we got some paper bags I'm gonna soak up there and add into it, and some compost we're gonna toss in, some soil, and we should be just about ready for our plants. I don't know if you can tell, this little swarm of tiny bugs here all came flying out of there and decided to try to make a home in my nose. They're so tiny I never even saw them coming. Bugs are the worst thing. I'm not a fan of bugs. This is why nature and I don't get along. But I'm trying different things. They will not defeat me.
And yeah.
Oh, would you look at this? We got some good rainfall. Oh my. Look at this. Straight from the garden to the... All right, now, but for real, it's gonna be a couple of weeks before this actually starts doing anything. We just got the plant set up, and we're gonna go ahead and get them all situated in here, and we will check back with y'all in a few weeks. Hopefully we'll be getting some vegetables by then. Maybe. know that asparagus takes 3 years before you can harvest it? I didn't know. Didn't even read the label. So I guess that means you're gonna have to subscribe, stick around for 3 years and see what happens. Get yourself some asparagus.